An oil tanker is 100 kilometers due north of a cruise ship. The oil tanker sails southeast at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour, and the cruise ship sails northwest at a speed of 10 kilometers per hour. Find the shortest distance between the two ships while in motion. Now, for this question, I think it is a difficult question, not because it requires a lot of maths to be done. It's very little maths that you actually have to do, but to understand the question and to draw the diagram is a bit tricky. So I didn't actually draw the diagram. I just drew the the directions first. So if this is no, let me explain what this means. Like if, of course, it's there is an element of bearing in it, and so this would be our north, and that is south, and then that would be east, that's west, and so between north and east I would have northeast, and with north and west I have northwest, and southeast and southwest. Okay, so these are the directions. So now let us place the ships. Where are they? So the position of the ships, the oil tanker is due north of the cruise ship. So the cruise ship will be, let's say, it's somewhere here. So this is our cruise ship, and the oil tanker, suppose, is somewhere here. They look like same distance and all, but they are not. Okay, so my diagram is no way accurately drawn. Okay, so that is the oil tanker, so let me call it T. So T is the oil tanker, C is the cruise ship, DC is equal to 100 kilometer. The next thing is, what happens when they start to move. Now they are moving, let's look at the oil tanker first. It sails southeast. So southeast is obviously means that it is going to go in a direction that is parallel to the southeast line. So this is southeast, and the thing we know is that all of these angles are 45 degrees, right? And this angle, therefore, the angle it makes with the north line, is going to be 45 degrees. So if I could draw another diagram, so I will just draw the north and ignore the other lines, and this is the T point, and this point is the C, the cruise ship, and this is the direction of motion of the tanker. And when will they be in a straight line? So let me show the direction of motion of the cruise ship. So the cruise ship sails northwest, so northwest would be parallel to the same line. So these two lines are parallel to one another, right? So this is going northwest, there's a cruise ship, and this angle is also going to be 45 degrees. So this is also 45 degrees, and so is this 45 degrees. So the next thing is, when are they going to be, what do we do about the shortest distance? So I think it's very obvious from this. The shortest distance would be a straight line distance. So the shortest distance would be when C comes to the point, this is the point where C would go, and T would come here. So that would be the shortest distance. So the shortest distance, if this was our line, so this is the northeast line. So when they come to the northeast line, these points are the shortest distance. So if this point was P and Q, so we need to find PQ. Shortest distance. So TP, and let me name this point as O. So you see these triangles are right angle triangles. Okay, so triangle TPO and triangle OQC triangle TPO and triangle OQC are right angled. So that's done. Now how do we find the distance QP? So there are some things we have to assume, that is the distance, TP. If we say TP was X and QC was Y, so let TP be X kilometers and QC be Y kilometers. The time taken to cover these distances by the two vehicles would be the same. So time taken to cover these distances are same. So if the time is same, then how do we work out what X and Y is? Now you see, another thing we have to making it easier for us is these two angles would be equal. So actually this triangle are right angled and isosceles. So if this is Y, this would also be Y, and this would also be X. So shortest distance would be equal to X plus Y. So we know TC is 100 kilometers. So we know that being right angle triangle, we can write this. We can write x square plus x square is equal to OT square. So OT would be, and that is root 2x, and OC would be 100 minus root 2x. Or you can say it is root 2y first, or 100 minus root 2x, because because root 2x plus root 2y is equal to 100. So that we've got. Now let us deal with the other bit of information, that's the speed. So how do we deal with speed? Now, that will help us find what X and Y are. So the speed for the tanker is 20 kilometers per hour. So X is the distance, right? X is distance, that's kilometers, that's kilometer. That's the distance. So 20 kilometers per hour. So 20 kilometer 1 hour. So this is 20 kilometer per hour. And this is 10 kilometer per hour. That's a cruise ship. So X kilometers, it would go in X out of 20 hour. And similarly, the other one, that cruise ship is 10 kilometers 1 hour. So X kilometers, sorry, not X, it would be Y kilometers. So Y kilometer would be Y out of 10 hour. So what we are going to do is, these are equal actually, aren't they? Because we've said it here that the time taken to cover these distances are the same. So this is equal. So x out of 20 is equal to y out of 10. And therefore x is 2y, isn't it? I mean 10 times 2 is 20. So x is 2y. So we have expressed y in terms of x. So let us see where we put these values. So once we do that, we can say, we use it in the 100, that x plus root 2x plus root 2y, root 2y is equal to 100. So instead of x, if I put 2y, what happens? So I can get root 2 times 2y plus root 2y is equal to 100. So I can get y times root 2. If I said, then I would get here 2 plus 1 is 100, and therefore, so what I'm getting is 3 root 2y is 100. So therefore y is 100 divided by 3 root 2. So I know what y is, and therefore what is x now? X is 2 times 100 divided by 3 root 2, and that is root 2 times 100 out of 3. So I just have to add x and y to get the answers. So x plus y would equal 100 divided by 3 root 2, and then plus root 2 times 100 out of 3. So I could multiply both of the numerator and denominator. So I can write here as, so I'm going to write it again instead of trying to write it there. So that can be written as 100 times root 2 divided by 3 times 2 plus root 2 times 100 out of 3. So that is, if I take root 2 out of 3, so I would get 50 plus 100, and that is equal to, this would be 150 times root 2 out of 3. So I can write this as 150 and then I can 3 times 50 is 150, so that is 50 root 2 kilometers, and that's the answer really. So it's I think it's a hard question, and you may need to watch the video more than once to understand, or maybe not, maybe you know how to do it. Well, thank you so much for your time anyway, and thank you for viewing. And if you liked the video, please do subscribe, and if you are interested in more maths problem solving videos, you can visit the channel at Hypatia Math 147. Thank you.